Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Sebastian Ryder, and you tapped into another episode of Cut Different TV. And before I introduce you to our guest today, make sure you hit that big red button that says subscribe under whatever screen you're watching this on. And we're switching it up a little bit today on Cut Different. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of metaphors that we could get into with the cuts and the sew and the designs and the working and the creating. We got my brother Leon from Umidubs in the building.
What's going on, brother?
I'm chilling, bro.
What's up, Ryder?
And before I even say anything else, this jacket is ridiculous.
Hey.
So shout out to y'all, man, for real.
Man,
this shit is crazy.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Nah, it look right, man. That's your style all the way, man.
Appreciate
all the way, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
That's love for real.
What's
y'all,
up?
hey, man, gifts.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? We here.
You know? Sometimes it's good to bless. It's good to bless.
Definitely, man. Well, I'm grateful. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
And shit, man, what we do on Cut Different is, you know, we talk to a lot of artists and tapping in with the creator community as well now, and really, you know, trying to give you a platform and give you an opportunity to tell your fan base and people that are seeing you for the first time, who are you in a sense? What makes you cut different? What makes you unique and stand out in this fashion universe?
Hey, man. Well, first of all, I want to say, you know, thanks for having us over here. Got my man Larry in the building with me too, you know.
Sure, shout out.
I really appreciate everything, you know what I'm saying? Who am I? I am Leon. So I'm Leon. I'm the owner, designer, co-owner, designer, Umidubs. I go by Manifest. I like to make stuff. That's Festival on Instagram. But why I'm cut different? Because we're from the ground up, man. Everything you see me wearing is made from scratch. Everything we've done with this brand has been from scratch. We was out the trunk with it long time, hand pressing before getting to factories. So we cut different because we're from the ground with it, for real. Made it happen. And, you know, it's part of the name. So I like to make stuff from nothing. So something from nothing.
Manifest.
There you go. So I guess that's part of it. That's part of the criteria to be what we're doing right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And so these days, like, there's a lot of people that are creating brands. I mean, shit, I created a brand. I've had 2 brands. I got mine now. And there's an element to designing, right? Like, there's one thing to be a graphic designer and then say, okay, cool, let me find a manufacturer that can make these t-shirts, put my design on it. Maybe even if you're really doing it, you got custom tags, you got whatever.
Yes.
But you got Umidubs in the lining of your denim. That's a different cut. That's cut different.
Yeah.
So explain to these people the difference between being a brand owner and being a true creator of textiles, whatever you would call that.
I think it's still emerging. I don't even know what to call it yet. I just go by creator because it's more than, like you said, graphic. And then it's more than just design. And it's like finding a good middle between, like, so for instance, like with our brand, we have some loud pieces, some crazy pieces, some, I guess, more noticeable pieces from far. But then we have more subtle pieces that are a little bit cleaner, that really is design oriented. Like that jacket is fire because it's a leather jacket, but it's also just black, right? There's no graphic on it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But the subtle design,
embroidery,
a little bit, but like the little things that make that jacket fire has nothing to do with graphics. You know what I mean? And then like that's the line that we try to balance on. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like even my shirt, it's heavy graphic on the back, but not everything in the brand's gonna be like that. So I think being a good brand owner is understanding the cycles of how your customer is going to see your brand. For instance, like sometimes, okay, right now, let's just trend wise, a lot of gothic stuff is in, a lot of big, you know, a lot of gothic graphics, a lot of big oversized graphics, a lot of things are going on right now. Now that's cool. That's totally fine. But eventually that's going to cycle back where it's a little bit more subtle. Yeah. Somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, when it's about the brand and it's not about what you want. And one thing I'm learning is like a lot of what I like wouldn't necessarily work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I think the best way to try to go about it is try to find a way where you're tying in what you like with what everybody else is gonna like, and then finding the middle there.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the jacket, right? So I'll bring it back to that. That is not the way it fits on you. You're not gonna find that out in the store or somewhere else.
Facts.
Right? That's ours because we did the research and looked at a bunch of different things. And the final measurements for that jacket is a blend of a lot of different things to make it sit that way, be cropped that way or whatever. Right. So that's what a brand to me is about. It's like, yo, honestly, nothing is new under the sun. So like, you got to find a way to make what you're doing more interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So I don't know, with Yumi right now, man, we're just trying to push this thing forward. Like, as like you mentioned, down to the details. That's why I think the brand is better now. Because when we started before, we were learning. You got to learn on the way. And then now I think we can focus on those details. Now I can focus on the quality of the fabric before we even make anything out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's about like the t-shirt weight. Like how much does it weigh before we even make a t-shirt? And maybe I don't want to use it for a t-shirt. Maybe I use it for something else. You know what I'm saying? But it's more about we focus on the quality first, then design, and then the push. That's pretty much it, man. I mean, it's a process though. Everything we do now is 6 months out. For instance, this shirt won't be out till next spring. You know what I'm saying? Because we're developing it's not all the way right yet. This is a sample, you know what I'm saying? It's not 100%.
You got the quality right. That's the Trinity. Quality, design, push. We can say push, marketing, branding, promotion.
Yeah, and that's why I got my man Larry, because that's like I do the design and the ideas and the creative, and then once we got that, my man does the push and the go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why it's, you know, it's a good balance, man. You know, I get to think about new business, right? I get to think about new ideas and how to make what we already have more interesting. You know, so we try to be 6 months ahead, you know. And I'm from the business a little bit. That's the little cheat code, secret code that most people don't know. Like, you know, it's a little cheat code. I worked for people before, so I watched how other companies do what they do. I worked for Rockawares and I worked for a bunch of other people like that. And I watched how they do what they do. And then I was always a fly on the wall, man. And then I finally came across my own connect for a factory. Dude came to my crib, smoked a blunt with me from Pakistan type shit. And from that moment, anything can be made from scratch. All I had to do was learn more about quality of fabric. So that way, when you get, all right, so where we got to a point was, and there's no disrespect to anybody doing it out of the trunk, hustling with Gildans or whatever you're using. Blanks, I don't care what blanks you're using. Keep doing that to get where you need to go. You know what I'm saying?
I don't fuck with Gildan, though.
It is better than Gildan.
It's better than Gildan. It's much better than Gildan.
Check out Shockaware. They're pretty good.
Shockaware hard.
Yeah. So, but my point is sometimes you got to use them to get where you want. You know what I'm saying? But let's say Gildan specifically. It got to a point with us with Gildan where my customer knows it's a Gildan. How much could I really sell this dope ass shirt for? But it's a Gildan. You feel what I'm saying? I could have the illest graphic in the world on it. But at the end of the day, they know it's a Gildan.
It's cat.
Right? So I wanted to up our quality, man. I wanted to up our quality. That was the thing. Because I still have some shirts now that I still wear around the house or whatever from back then. But I had to find a specific Gildan to get that. It wasn't the regular Gildan.
The heavyweight joint.
Yeah, nah, the soft style.
Ooh.
G640.
Okay.
That's what y'all don't know. The soft style Gildan, that one will last you a long time. It's a little lighter, but it comes in like different colors. But that one I have still shirts to this day I printed in 08. That lasted even with the washing and the cracking and all of that. But man, we had to go through boxes and boxes of shit to find that.
Damn.
And then, but it got to the point where, okay, let's talk money now. I got to buy a box of Gildans, and then I got to buy the prints, and then I got to put them together. And then I got to sell it to my customer. How much am I really trying to sell for?
Hell yeah.
You feel me? I have to spend half my bread on the supplies. So now I can't now charge my friend or my people or anybody $50 for a Gildan t-shirt. Nah.
And what I learned when I first got started, I started off with like Comfort Colors. The 17, I think it's the 1717.
Yeah.
And then now we do like our own, like an acid wash, whatever. But in the beginning, there was a Gildan. In the middle, there was a Gildan phase. My little brother designed a collection, whatever. And it's like, you can't, they'll buy it one time.
Yeah.
But once they buy it, because like you got Larry who's doing the promo. If you got good marketing, you got good promotion, and you got good mock-ups, people will buy it and they'll show love. But it's like, how do you build a loyal community of people that will wear your shit out and stand on it and be like, yo, this is that shit, versus they get it out of the mail, it's in a white poly mailer, and they pull it out and it's a Gildan tee, and motherfuckers will still leave the Gildan tag on. Yep. And they're like, damn, okay, well, I supported my mans, but they're not going to buy from you again. So it's how do you match? It's about matching that message and that brand and that feeling with the actual garments.
Yeah, because it gets to a point, like you said, when if you want repeat business, so you want somebody to come and buy something again, but then you also want to shock the person getting it. Right? So, perfect example. This is live, y'all. Us handing him this jacket, as soon as he touched it, it's a different.
It's a vibe.
It's just a different experience.
It's heavy.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like, different.
Or for instance, like, let's say I'm from the city, right? And I'm running around. When we was doing, I ran into somebody when we was hand pressing shirts, and this is a real story. Like, and they're good people, but then at the end of the day, took a picture with it, everything. But I know he ain't give a fuck about that shirt. I know he ain't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Because it was a Gildan. And it's not that it wasn't a bad design. It's just the fact that he know that shit ain't gonna make it through the wash. You know what I mean? So now it's that's why I say we start with fabric first, bro. As at the stage now where I have a great relationship with our manufacturers, and we can start with the fabric first. If the fabric is on point, we're probably going to use it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that's how, because we do everything from scratch, that's how we get I can have my name in the tags. We get tags, all of that. Let me give some, I heard people talking about gatekeepers and stuff like that. Here's something that a gatekeeper wouldn't tell you. Everything is done in-house with the factory. I don't got to go get tags nowhere else. I don't got to go get fabric nowhere else. I don't got to go talk to somebody else to ship it to this, to do that. No. One price from factory, start to finish. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's crucial. That supply chain. That's what people don't think about.
So like zippers, you think I had to go find somebody to go get a zipper? No. I tell them what I want. Everything done. One price for everything. Finished garments. You know what I'm saying? So, but before that, I sample it. And none of this shit is cheap though. Let's be real. Like the sample for things sometimes costs a lot because it's only one. You know what I'm saying? So that sample when we originally sampled this jacket, it was expensive. But then when we did a production, it balances out. It's still a little expensive, but I did 40 or 50 of them. So it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? But when you're manufacturing, bro, it comes down to making sure you said product is right. And that's mainly my job. As a designer, I think my job is to make sure that product is right. And my team can't vouch for it, the public ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth.
So we talk about product, we talk about your role designing and kind of manning that process, or the first two parts of the 3-part process.
Yeah.
The quality and the design.
Yes.
And then we got Larry for the push and the promo. In regards to that push and that promo, tell them a little bit about the Umidubs. Tell them about, you've been around some big names. You're getting around these people. You're getting them in that merch, in your brand. How are you making these connections, like for somebody that has a brand, right? Maybe they're not necessarily at the level of, all right, I can design a garment from scratch and then I can handle the supply chain. They're learning right now. Right. But if they've got a brand and they're like, shit, I'm just trying to send it out, or I'm trying to get it on this influencer or this creative or this athlete or whatever the case may be. Talk to me a little bit about that.
For us, That's all. Everything is all uphill. First of all, if you're gonna get into this business, just know it's all uphill. It's gonna be blood, sweat, and tears, mainly your own. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But that's grind, bro. To be honest with you, it's a blessing. The fact that we even sitting here with you right now comes out of the grind, and that
Likewise.
The truth is, you got to keep going. So no matter how small your brand is, try to develop the idea better. And I don't mean more graphics. Because sometimes people think, I got to make my brand better, and they think that means I need more stuff. And that's not what it means. It just means perfecting the craft of whatever you're doing. Yeah, exactly. Go deeper into what you're doing, into your composition, right? So whatever it is, right? So basically push yourself to do better than what you just did, right? That's number one. Number two is like, they'll tell everybody about it. You got to, if it's just you, you got to be the mouthpiece for it, pause. But, you know, if you got your friends wearing it, cool. But sometimes it's not your friends that's going to help elevate you. True. Chances are it's going to be somebody that doesn't know you. That's going to be like, yo, that's fire. You know, but that's what we do. That's what I do it for. I like to make fly shit. And it makes me feel dope when people recognize, like, you liking the jacket, I'm good with what I do now. You know what I'm saying? Like, just people just enjoying the brand itself. That's why I do it. I don't do it to have the illest graphic or be the best design. I don't know about none of that. I just know that I want to provide dope shit that is that can compete with a higher level, because we're not represented on that level properly. That's just me. That's just my opinion. But we can be. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to learn things to be able to do them the right way. You know what I'm saying? Right. So take the time to learn the craft. Tell your peoples, your mom, your brother, sister, whoever about it. Find somebody that understands your vibe with the message you're trying to push. I would say do run ads, do pop-ups if you can. Pop-up events help. Get a table at somebody's pop-up event. Get it in front of people. You want to put the brand on as many people as you can that don't know you. And that'll help for sure, because that's how I'm literally sitting here right now.
And I have a rhetorical question for you, right? Because somebody might see this jacket, somebody might see that shirt, somebody might see any piece of gear that's bubbling right now. Similar to the music scene right now, where they're like, oh shit, like you mentioned the oversized graphics.
Yeah.
I use oversized graphics. But should they just see what's working, what's trending, and be like, oh, let me do something like that? Or, this is rhetorical, should they be unique and take extra time to come up with that brand message, to come up with what that brand means and come up with that feeling and be able to articulate that? What do you think works? Maybe starting off with the trend, or like, what's your thoughts?
Two-sided for me, because I'm from the actual business of this shit, and I know for a fact everybody copy everybody.
Oh, hell yeah.
I know that. I'm talking like real talk. So y'all don't know, other companies will go and buy people's stuff to have samples in their office and be like, oh, look how they did it. They really do that. So there's nothing wrong with being inspired or pulling something from somebody else, right? Getting an idea from somebody else, right? I mean, technically, my hockey jerseys, right? If you really look at them, that one is more based on the Islanders and the other one is based on the Rangers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pulling from things too. You know what I'm saying? It's how you do it. I say, yes, take influences from everything, but make it your own. That's just make it your own, man. And I don't, I got a huge graphic on the back of here too. That's, you know what I'm saying? But just do it the way you do it. You know what I'm saying? I think what's missing now is individuality. I think there is no original anything anymore, right? Everybody wants to follow what's good, which is cool. Like Hellstar's buzzing right now. Godspeed buzzing right now. Cool. That's cool. But do it your way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a great example. Godspeed, Hellstar, similar shit, completely different vibes.
But they super buzzing. And prior to them was what, Denim Tears? So like, and that was very simple. It was just a cotton graphic, right? So like, and it's still buzzing. So I think that there's space for everything. It's just how you do it. Because truthfully, even Hellstar, like those graphics existed before. Maybe I'll remember like Affliction or something like that. Like that's not that far ago. The Ed Hardy vibe, like,
and that was a whole completely different, like,
right? But that's the gothic kind of
like Ed Hardy, even
gothic kind of tattoo vibe. It's not the same. They just went their own way with it. You feel what I'm saying? Even Godspeed, similar graphics. Godspeed is more on some like looks like 60s metal rock album covers. You know what I'm saying? Like Ozzy Osbourne cover basically as a shirt. You know what I'm saying? But like they got their own vibe to it. So I don't knock anybody in the space. I just think that you got to put your own spin on things. I think you can copy, but to a point, because if you're a clone, you're not going to get recognized. You know what I'm saying? You got to borrow to get noticed, but you got to still walk your own path, I think. And I think with our brand, that's what we're doing. I think the other brands that I mentioned, I think that's what they're doing, but they tended to do it first. So they carved their own lanes out. So that's why you see other things looking similar, but there's nothing wrong with being inspired by what you see.
Word.
You know?
So speaking of inspirations and creating and having that, you know, individuality in design.
Yeah.
Tell me about the idea for Umidubs. Where does that stem from, the name of the brand, and what inspired you to want to leverage your experience and knowledge going to FIT and like all of these different things that you've done working with other brands?
Yeah.
What made you say, all right, cool, I want to do my own shit now, and I'm going to call it Umidubs?
Yeah. So that story starts 2008. I get a phone call from my brother. I'm already out of school, working for people. And he tells me he wants to start a t-shirt company. Now, mind you, I'm already working for people. I know it's more than just t-shirts.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the graphic thing I was telling you, because like, if you just do t-shirts, you got to have like thousands of graphics a month. Like, it's just a lot of work. So he tells me him and his boy Dubs wants to start a clothing company. So in my response to him in the text, I said, what do you want to call this with you, me, and Dubs? Had a little ring to it. You know, a Japanese girl kind of had a, you know, it just, I was like, yo, Yumi would be fire if we spell it UMI. It was basically the three of us, you, me, and Dubs. That's how it came out of a text. Fast forward a couple years, me and my brother owned the brand right out, just, you know, shout out to Dubs, but you know, things happen. But me and my brother owned the brand right out, and we just kept it pushing from there. What made me want to step into it and really do it is because I wanted to be able to build it out as a big project. So when we started this, I was new in the business. I was just working for people, and I was like, yeah, we could do it. So I wanted to be able to have something fly for us that, you know, could be more than just t-shirts at the time. It started with just t-shirts. It started with Gildans. I got two heat presses. I was hand pressing everything. And then we started doing auto body shops, family reunions, whatever we could to sell shirts. You know what I'm saying? Just to fund the business. And I don't know, 2015, me and Larry hook up, because that's one of my best friends' brothers. Me and Larry hook up, just boom. Now social media really catching on. 2018, I link with a factory. Dude come to my crib, smoke a blunt, we talk, we chill. That's how I started, going from hand pressing myself to everything made from scratch. From 2018 to now, everything made from scratch. You'll never see a Gildan in my brand ever. So, and I'm talking from design to the fit to the specifications to everything, tags, labels, packaging, all of that.
Man.
Along that journey, we came across, we got a little bit of a PR person, came to one of our events. So we started doing events, and at one of those events, Sky Cam, PR person, came to our event, see how we packed out the place, sort of clothes, loved the merch. 2 weeks later, we're on the phone. He's like, yo, who's doing your PR? Nah, nobody. I had somebody, but she flaked, whatever. Nah, I got you. That's it. From there, we got Slim Jimmy in our stuff. We got Dave East in our stuff. We got bunch of people. I mean, I already had my guy Esso from Esso World. Shout out to Esso, Heineken, Bag Fuel. Already been had them. I connected with him when he was on his other venture, but just the snowball just kept going, man. And we still on the ride, man. I'm excited to see what's next, to be honest.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. It's still going. I don't know, man. Just keep pushing. That's all I can really say. Keep pushing. There's been times we was down. We still kind of down. Like, to be honest with y'all too in this fashion shit, it ain't a up yet until you really up.
Facts.
It ain't a up yet
until your site crash and you do 3 million in 2 hours like Hellstar did.
Exactly. I mean,
and even then, 3 million. I mean, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, man.
A lot of money they got too.
Yeah,
a lot of bread. Hell yeah,
that's a lot of merchandise though.
That's a lot of merchandise. You see, they got they got their own warehouse.
Oh yeah. But see, that's okay. Let's talk about that. So to even make $1 million, you have to have $1 million worth of merchandise.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? But you have to produce that. So that costs something.
Type shit. So minus the margin and shit. But
minus the regardless of the margin, it's still gonna cost.
Type shit.
Yes, there's good margins in fashion.
Because do you think brands like that are pushing out that much volume, are they sitting on the inventory or are they waiting? Because there was a whole issue with like shipping and all that shit too. Maybe like some of it is pre-made and then some of it is made to order.
I see. What I originally heard was that they're not pre-made, right? So they're buying blanks.
So the blanks are there, and they print based on the order amount.
It could be,
which isn't
it's not a bad thing. If you have them, they're good because they have. So it's like a pre-sale, right? Or pre-order, right? It's great for them because they have the traffic to do that. So they know, all right, today we're going to probably do 40,000 shirts. So might as well print 50,000. You see what I'm saying? Just in case.
Yeah.
Right? So, okay, we went over 10. Good. All right. So we went over 10. We got an extra 10. Carry us over for the next day. They just probably print ahead now because they're buzzing, right? So for me, I got to be a little bit more controlled. So my inventory is not going to be as big as theirs. So like we try to keep it exclusive too. So like with that jacket, there's not that many in the world because we only made a certain amount. So it's either you know about it or you don't. And once it's gone, it's gone. You feel me? So it's not that it won't come back. It just won't come back right away. You know what I'm saying? So we try to make it like Hellstar is a beautiful brand, but at the same time, it's to the point now where you said they did 3 million in an hour, right? So if you walk into a club and you think you fly with your Hellstar on, probably somebody else in there got that same shirt. That's where they at right now. It won't ever be like that with Yumi. Because the max I will ever make per item is 200 pieces per item ever. That's it.
So to somebody that might say, because the way you said that, right, I understand what you're saying, and people don't know what you mean by that. People who, the individuality piece, but then they say, okay, well, I walk in the club and I might have on some Louis shoes and it's two other people in there with some Louis shoes on, but nobody's saying, oh, like Louis isn't exclusive or whatever the case may be. Like, why choose to go the exclusive route versus why not just making enough for everybody to be able to get it? You know, and just making it kind of that barrier to get it a little bit higher so that you're still exclusive from a standpoint of, what's the word? Bread or, you know, capital element.
I don't, let's just use them as a case study because Hellstar is a perfect example. Even Godspeed, perfect, same thing. I'm not going to lie. I would love to be in their position right now. Where they're at right now, I would love, that's where I want Yumi to, that's where we're going.
Okay.
Will it be for the masses? Yes. Will it be for all of the masses? No. All right. So we want an exclusive to the point where not even to drive price. It's a culture. It's you gotta know about it. You know what I'm saying? We say if it ain't Yumi, it's a dub, but that's because that refers to the Yumi verse. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole inclusive thing. So like, I don't know, because yes, I want to sell to the masses, but I kind of want to sell to the right masses, if that makes sense. Like
the niche, your niche.
Yeah, a little bit, you know, a little bit, because, I'm trying to drive quality and trying to drive value, right? That's to me what's most important with the brand is, and value is only determined by how much people will necessarily, right, go for it, right? So if I say, hey, Umidubs is the brand that should be hanging next to Bape and All Saints and Hellstar and Godspeed and all of these, I want to be able to back that up. And I think we can right now at this point. I think a lot of our garments could hang next to all of them and it would fit right in, you know, and I want to be guilty by association with them, but I want to be considered them. The reason why I can't say like, oh, I'm going to make it for everybody is because one, that's going to water down my product. It's going to diminish the value I'm trying to establish with it. And if it's too easy, nobody's going to want it. I just think sometimes.
And if you start exclusive, you can always go mainstream.
Yeah.
But if you start mainstream, it's kind of hard to then go exclusive.
There was another brand.
Then you're feeding all the people, and then now you're cutting the supply off.
Like there's a brand that did that. Antisocial Social Club.
Yeah.
Everything on their website sold out. Is it? No. Every single garment on there is sold out. But it's not. It's part of it's to make you think you can't have it. You know, it's reverse psychology a little bit. It's kind of ill, but you know, I don't know. Brands like that tend to make a little bit of noise. So I don't know. Maybe I'm still developing where we're gonna go with it, but I want Umidubs at the end of the day to stand on its own and have a little bit of value. And because for sure, if you get a garment, you're gonna automatically feel the value. I just like want, you know, chasing that limelight, that prestige, that, you know, why couldn't we be the next illest brand out of New York? Why not?
Type shit.
Why not?
Ask yourself, why not?
And that goes to every creative too. Why not you? Why not? And ain't no gatekeepers no more, man. The internet broke all of the damn locks off. You feel me? Ain't no gatekeepers. Go find your way.
How do you feel about when they say creatives shouldn't compete? They should operate in a creative plane. Like there's two planes. There's the competitive plane and then there's the creative plane. And the people that are really winning aren't necessarily looking to compete with a bunch of other people. They're looking to create their own wave. How do you feel about that? Is there competition in fashion to you? Like, do you have competitors or do you feel like you're just so focused on what you're doing that you don't have time to worry about?
Nah, I don't want to say it like that. I'm not ignorant to what's going on. I think that I see what everybody's doing. I pay attention. Like, I don't think we'll ever just drop a season when it's completely off trend and, you know, just left field and it's whatever I felt that year. Nah, I pay attention to what the world is doing. As far as competition, to be honest with you, the competition I see is the people I named. Like, I don't see, I'm at a point with the brand where I can only look at the higher ups because they're up there and I want to get there. You know what I'm saying? I can't be looking at who's behind us anymore because
can't be looking at the Gildan and the
and it's no disrespect to them. It's just we went through our phase with that. Everybody has to go through that phase. You have to get through the phase and the mind state where it's like, I want to be able to sell good merchandise, but my people know this is a shitty shirt.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed already, this episode is not sponsored by Gildan.
I'm just saying, like, no, there comes to a point where, like, it might not be about price, but it's about something else, right? How it looks or how it feels, or maybe it's your favorite shirt or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I think our competition right now is above us. I think they're above us. I think they're the ones, and more respect, more power to Hellstar, more respect, more power to Godspeed. They just happen to be the two newest. You know what I'm saying? There's other brands behind them. There's other brands that are definitely, like, Represent is a cool brand. There's a lot of cool brands.
Yeah, Represent is fire.
You know what I'm saying? But if you look at that brand too, looks similar to something else too. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Reese Cooper's dope too. If y'all don't know who Reese Cooper is, that's fire too. Rude is dope. Yeah. I mean, that's the ilk that I'm trying to.
Rude is fire.
I'm trying to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Word. Yeah, man. Well, shit. Appreciate. I mean, I'm learning. brand owner myself.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And hopefully for those of you that are watching this, that are brand owners or creators, or you aspire to have your own brand, maybe you're an artist and you want to do merch, I hope y'all watch this episode back, man. Make sure you hit subscribe, drop comments down below your favorite part of the videos, and join the Cut Different family, man, for real.
Yeah.
Leon, before you get out of here, is there anything that you specifically want to leave them with?
If it ain't Yumi, it's Dub. Look out for the Yumiverse. We everywhere. Nah, seriously though, pay attention to Umidubs and what we're doing on all social media. Check out our website, umidubs.com. We'll always have some new updates and stuff going on. And all creatives keep creating every day. That's it.
All creatives keep creating, man. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, man.
I go by the name of Sebastian Ryder. You just tapped into another episode of Cut Different TV, man. And we out.